The market is crashing. I warned you all about this multiple times. Now let's see in this video if it will get worse or if we will start to reverse.
Oh boy, here we go.
What's up guys, Omar here. So let's just immediately get into it because this video might be long, so I will try to make it fast. Now before I start, guys, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I really want to hit 700 subscribers, and after 700 I want to smash 1,000 subscribers. That would be really amazing, so make sure to smash that subscribe button. Now let's get into it, guys. There's a lot going on. I have a lot to talk about, but first of all I want to talk about the market for a minute or two, because the market is down a lot, guys, and this momentum was expected. If you are a subscriber to my channel or watch my videos regularly, you are highly aware that I called this multiple times, that we could see Bitcoin back at roughly an $80,000, even a bit lower. And my targets are almost being met. So if we look at the chart of Bitcoin, my target, my personal target for Bitcoin is around $78,000 to $80,000 level. Why? Because of this chart, the CME futures gaps. And the thing that you have to know about this chart is that gaps always get refilled, ideally sooner than late, but it did take us, or it's still taking us because we still didn't refill the gap, but it's taking us so far around somewhat 105 days more or less for us to refill this fucking gap. And I think once we fill this gap in, we will see a reversal in the market, and that will be roughly the bottom for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and as well altcoins. And then I think the market will start to reverse, because overall, guys, despite the market looking like shit, it actually still looks quite good, but I will get into that later. First, I'll handle Bitcoin and Ethereum. Then let's get into some fundamentals, and then I will cover the altcoins, alt season, and whatnot. So make sure to stay tuned for that part. Now, for Bitcoin, that's about it, guys. That's about it. I do not really feel bearish. Actually, I feel super fucking bullish for some reason, because I was so tired of this momentum here. I was so bearish here, and this right now, this candle right here, this manipulated candle, really starts to make me feel bullish, and I feel that a reversal is inevitable. Now, if we quickly look at Ethereum overall is still within the same range between $2,100, $2,200, and $4,000. Now, there are two things that I'm kind of expecting for Ethereum as Bitcoin retests $78,000, or will likely retest. First, Ethereum, this is what I doubt that will happen. It's important to say. Ethereum finds its strength while Bitcoin keeps on dipping a little bit lower. Ethereum might dip only a little bit as Bitcoin dips towards $78,000. Eventually Bitcoin finds support and we continue to climb higher. Same for Ethereum. Consolidate maybe a little bit further and eventually the bottom is in and we continue higher. Or as Bitcoin is falling lower, Ethereum will fall lower as well, which is the most likable scenario. And then we will likely retest around $1,900, perhaps a little bit lower, maybe with a wick towards the 1,700 region, but I doubt it. But $1,900 seems like a very decent target for Ethereum to ladder in a lot more, or at least have some orders ready just in case. That's a little bit of my perspective for Ethereum. The only thing that will make me bullish on Ethereum right now is if we would break above this level right here, firstly. Secondly, obviously a break above this zone right here. Now let's quickly talk about some fundamentals. Although, before fundamentals, let's quickly talk about the fear and greed index, because right now we are in extreme fear, and it's been a very long time since we've been in extreme fear. The last time that we were in extreme fear, guys, is when Bitcoin was right here. Everybody was panicking. People were screaming that we would fall back towards $35,000, $40,000 level. Didn't fucking happen. We found support. Boom, boom, boom. Continued to the upside. But it also took around a solid 238 days to find a breakout. And here it took around a solid 98 days to break out. So that's roughly a year of consolidation that we basically just wasted.
It's been 84 years.
And yet people think the bull market is over. In my opinion, at least for altcoins, it's only about to start, because look at this suppressed and manipulated movement. This is AUMs and whales and whatnot buying in, suppressing the price. Very simple. Continuing, we have the fundamentals. This is actually a good one, and it kind of makes sense with what I said in my last videos. The videos that I'm talking about is this one here and this one right here. Make sure to watch these two videos. They are very, very interesting, and they explain you a lot about my perspective for alt season. Now, why am I so bullish? I will explain that later on in this video. Let's talk about this first. So, Ethereum's Spectra upgrade is set for March 2025, and you have to know that this is changed to April 2025, so they delayed it with a month. And I think, if I remember correctly, it's set for the 1st of April. What's the goal of this upgrade? To make Ethereum faster, cheaper, and easier to use for both regular users and validators. But the keyword right here, if you already start in between the lines, it's validators. Why? Because this is big money. What's changing? Pay gas fees with more than just Ethereum. And this is where I'm quite neutral. I don't know if this is necessarily bullish or bearish. But right now, Ethereum users must hold Ethereum to pay for gas fees, which we all know if we use MetaMask. But with account abstraction, users will be able to pay gas fees using stablecoins like USDC or other ERC20 tokens. I don't know if this is necessarily bullish for Ethereum or not, so I'm quite neutral about it. Then here, bigger validator staking limits. And this is what it's eventually all about. So currently you must stake 32 Ethereum to participate in securing the network, which we of course all know. But after the Spectra upgrade, the limit will increase to 2048 Ethereum, which at this price point is like $5 million or $4.5 million, whatever. Allowing large scale validators, again, read in between the lines because this is only what matters, to operate more efficiently. This all shortly means, to make it easy for you guys, this means that Ethereum is getting institutionalized, which means big money is flowing in, as we can see, because there are basically billions that by now flew into Ethereum by AUMs, yet price remains suppressed. Scheduled for March 2025, again, changed to April. Let's continue. Oklahoma's Government Oversight Committee passes strategic Bitcoin reserve bill, advances to House floor, and eventually it is inevitable, or not inevitable, it's a matter of time till all the states in the US pass a strategic Bitcoin reserve bill. Continuing, President Trump announces 25% tariffs on the European Union. And this, I mean, it makes sense why the market is dumping, at least because this news is from today. But the day before, like on the 24th and 25th, this was manipulated movement by CZ and Binance, but we'll talk about that in a second. But this is bearish news, and this is news from today, because if we look at the charts, we can clearly see that Bitcoin was bearish today, and tariffs have a big play on that. Now, the thing with tariffs is that in the short term, they are bearish. In the long term, they are bullish. Why? Because tariffs lead to inflation. It is very simple. 1 + 1 = 2. And as inflation comes, inflation means that Bitcoin goes, or not Bitcoin, but crypto in general, goes to the upside. It is very simple. It is very simple. Check your history. Continuing. Latest. SEC acknowledges Grayscale proposal to integrate staking into spot Ethereum ETF, which was from yesterday. So bullish. Institutions are coming. Everybody thinks that Ethereum is dying or worthless or whatever. But guys, Ethereum is not like Solana. Solana is more meant for retail and quote unquote people with no money, including me. But Ethereum is for people, not for people, it's for institutions. This is an institutional coin. And that's where its direction is heading. It's very clear. Continuing, Binance is selling massive amounts of Ethereum in the last few hours. This is from 2 days ago, or 3 days, depending on when you're going to watch this. And we can see that in the charts. If you look at Ethereum on the 24th, price just started to collapse. A massive amount of Ethereum got sold by Binance. And this is in correlation with the Bybit hack. It's so coincidental, don't you think? Bybit got hacked, when was it? Around here. Price goes up a little bit, price goes down, and suddenly Bybit is fully operative again. All the balance sheets are correct again, everything is fixed, customers are paid back, blah 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 blah, everything is just done. Out of nowhere, but yet this dump had to come. So what does this mean? That Binance, CZ likely manipulated price a little bit, we would say, and yeah, price dumped. Eventually it had to come sooner or late, but it was due to manipulation, and that's what people do not see, but the proof is right there. Massive amount of Ethereum got sold, and more, it is more than that as well. So continuing, another funny story is obviously, which is actually in correlation obviously with this one, in the centralized exchange long liquidations in the past 24 hours. So Bybit basically made $423 million in profit during the long liquidation or trade liquidations in general. So they basically made a loss. They got hacked of 1.5 billion. They made the money back by loans. Then they made another profit because CZ and Binance manipulated the market. And now they are basically profiting from everything that happened within a day span of like 3 or 4 days. Which is crazy. It's a very big club. We are not in it. Although it is kind of healthy for the industry as well that exchanges help each other. They help each other grow the space. Although I do not agree by manipulating the price, but they do help each other grow in the space, and that's what really matters in the long perspective, I would say. But again, I'm not an advocate for manipulating price. That's fucking weak, bro. Then last but not least, just in, this is from today as well, from a few hours ago. 255 million got liquidated in crypto in the past 60 minutes, which is just fucking insane. Sad days. Sad for those people. Now, let's continue about what really matters, why everybody is here, if you're still here, is altcoins. So the thing with altcoins is that, in my opinion, they are getting roughly equally evaluated with the valuation towards Bitcoin and Ethereum. So if we look, for example, at Litecoin. By the way, Litecoin, in my opinion, is massively undervalued. Make sure to watch my video right here. I think you will like it. But Litecoin currently is massively undervalued in my opinion. But if we look on higher time frame, we can see that Litecoin against, we should do BTC. Litecoin against BTC is performing quite well, signaling that Litecoin USD is likely finding a bottom and it's willed to break out. So if we then look at Litecoin USD, it looks quite bullish. Despite Bitcoin dumping and Ethereum dumping, Litecoin held on quite strong. So it signals that altcoins are starting to gain more dominance. And this comes into correlation, for example, with Bitcoin dominance, because Bitcoin dominance is going down. Basically meaning that Bitcoin is losing its dominance against altcoins, against Ethereum, which is overall very bullish. So that's why I think that soon we will see a good drop incoming for Bitcoin dominance, and that is when alt season will start, and it will be a fabulous one in my opinion. For example, if we continue, BNB against Bitcoin, what can we see is that BNB is actually holding up quite strong against Bitcoin. It's actually seeing upside momentum despite its downside. If we look at another one, is for example Jupiter. we can see despite the downsides, Jupiter is actually holding quite strong. Also on the daily, it's actually trying to recover. By the way, not financial advice, but I'm massively buying Jupiter, like really massively. Another one that we can, for example, look at is XRP. XRP already outperformed Bitcoin massively here, but it keeps on outperforming by finding support. And if it turns this zone into support, it will climb higher to keep on outperform Bitcoin and send the USD price higher as well. So overall, guys, things look quite good for altcoins despite their USD value being at a current fucking low. It is just a good opportunity. It's as simple as that. I don't know how much I have to push it around it. It's an amazing opportunity for you to buy in, to roughly assume that the bottom is likely in and take that potential risk. Up to you if you want to take it or not. But if you want to take that potential risk like I'm doing, like my private community is doing, like my public community is doing, then I highly advise you to do the same. Because it could be very life-changing. Here is the thing. This right now, buying this bottom with some extra cash you have aside despite already buying a lot. But buying this bottom might actually really make a huge difference for you and really completely change your life as well. One thing is, here's one thing, guys. You can always go back to a fucking job if you want to, but you are never, depending on what age you are, but you'll never be the same age again. You're only getting older and older and older. You'll never get your time back. And sometimes, definitely if you're young like me, I'm only 26, but if you're here and you're younger than me, you're like 18, 17, 21, make sure to take the fucking risk, bro. If you have like 10, 20k saved, make sure to take that fucking risk. You will definitely make that money back in your lifetime, believe me. 10, 20k ain't shit. It ain't shit. So make sure, if you're willing to take the risk, to take it now, before prices start to explode back to the upside. Because once it explodes back to the upside, you're basically missing out, and you let go of such a great opportunity. Continuing, if we look at others, which is obviously an important indicator as well, we can see that we just remain within this pattern right here. Now let's see if we break out or not. If we break out of this, it's great. If we don't, well, it's fucked. In retro perspective, we do also have like a type of trend line here. So let's see what will happen. The very crucial thing right now for others is to hold support above this zone. If we do break below the zone, it could get ugly. I do not close out that we cannot wick. We could definitely wick a little bit. I do not close that out. We could definitely wick below this zone right here, towards here. But overall, holding support here is the most crucial thing. Why? Because it equals a structure retest. And once structure shows respectations, or once the retest shows respectations of structure, then it's very bullish and price can continue to climb to the fucking upsides. Back towards this level right here. And then once we break here, it's go time for altcoins. It's pure alt season. It's Valhalla for everybody. Another chart that's very important is others dominance, guys. And we can currently see that despite the bearish momentum in the market with Bitcoin and Ethereum, we can see that others dominance is holding quite strong and actually showing signs of respectation here at support level, but also going to the upside. Now, if you do not know what other dominance is, it's the crypto total market cap excluding the top 10 dominance. So everything besides Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, no, not Litecoin, XRP, USDT, BNB, all that shit. So basically all the altcoins, simply said. And despite the bearish momentum, it's holding quite strong, which is actually a very bullish sign. Could perhaps indicate that the bottom is in, because if the bottom is in here, it's in for altcoins in general, and we can start to see upside momentum once again. This momentum also reminds me here a lot of what we did here in the past. It is very, very similar. This is the COVID period, I would say, so I do not really take that in count. But overall, from here on, it was just pure recovery all the way to the upside. So it looks very bullish, guys. Everything looks in our favor despite the USD price being down, but indicating charts really show favorable directions. For the rest, there's nothing much more to share besides one important thing actually, is the dollar index, so the strength of the US dollar, because we need this to be bearish. And again, I already explained this in full detail in my last 2 or 3 videos, in this one and in this one, how important the strength of the US dollar is for the continuation of the Bitcoin bull run, but also for alt season. Because if we quickly take a look at the past, we can see massive consolidation, a bull breakout, then eventually a little bit of ranging, and then a massive dump, starting a Bitcoin, Ethereum, and alt season in 2017. Then the same thing happened in the last cycle. We had a massive consolidation, a bullish breakout, a little bit of ranging, before a massive dump happened. Boom, 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 boom. And here is where altcoins started to top out. And eventually the market started to reverse for the US dollar index. Bitcoin and Ethereum finding roughly a top around here. And then, as you can see, the US dollar index keeps on gaining strength. And from here on, Bitcoin and Ethereum just on kept going down, down, or in Ethereum's case, consolidative. So there's a pattern here, because why? The breakout here came in May. The breakout here came in May. And if we now look at the chart, we can see that we're basically doing the exact same. Consolidation, bullish breakout, ranging above before breaking potentially down to the downside. And if this happens, once we break below this zone right here of 106 points, and once this move happens towards this green zone, it will be already very bullish for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins. However, once we manage to lose support below this green zone, it is fucking go time. Then alts and Ethereum will literally explode. This will be extremely, extremely bullish for the crypto market. Now, for this video, that's about it, guys. It's a good 22 minutes. I hope it was informative, because it's very important to know all these things and take them into consideration. Because we are all waiting for the same, guys. We're all here waiting for an alt season. And it is coming. I think the bottom is roughly in for altcoins, for Ethereum. So I think soon it will be go time, because alts are starting to show strength in their Bitcoin pairs. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video.